Man, hello. I want to say something really quick. Everything that's going on, and this is January 2026, and so we know everything that's going on with ICE and whatever it is that getting people that's really getting people worked up. I really think it's worth really becoming a master alchemist in this situation. For now ICE is not affecting everybody, and I know people that say, "Oh well, one day it's going to happen to you." Listen, stuff happens to different people, and not everybody. Stuff happens to me, and not everybody's going to care about what's going on with me. So I can't really get into the things that's happening to other people when things happen to me and nobody else can really care less. I can't like let that I can't involve my emotions in something that's really not personally affecting me, because the things that do personally affect me requires my energy. So I can't give my energy to something that don't see, because I'm gonna tell you something, because we're in a divided because this is a divided world. um people who are not directly affected cannot afford to give their energy, because this is a divided society. And because people are so divided, you can't ask for other groups of people to get involved in something that don't concern them. You can't ask them to do it because it's too divided. You can't be divided and then want somebody to care about what's going on with you. And I'm talking about people, some of the people who are really affected by the things that's going on. I'll say it like that. And I'm going to give a good example. So-called Black Americans are expected to speak up for certain people that are being detained by ICE. Let me just say that. And I get that some people say, well, they coming out to African Americans too. I haven't seen too many African Americans talk about themselves being detained. And they say everything on TikTok. And I haven't seen it. Now, I think saw a video of one guy talking about how an ICE agent came to his car trying to look for his papers, and like, oh my God, they just stopped me because I'm brown and they wanted my papers. But he showed that he was from here, so they didn't do anything to him. Now, the only thing is that obviously it's colorism. It's not just racism, it's colorism, because everybody who's dark skinned is not black. Okay, Somalians are not Black Americans. They're not black. Latinos are not black. So it's a lot of colorism, because there's a lot of European immigrants and nobody's touching them because they're European. That means they have a right to be here, but just by the fact that they are European. They have a right to be in the United States of America. So we can see that is it more like national? I think it's more like, is it nationalism like European? Okay, but anyway, but what I want to say though is that, yeah, in a world that is divided, because a clear example is how all of those groups, and I mean all of those groups, have very nasty things to say about Black Americans. It's not that Black Americans, it's not like there is a such a thing as Black fatigue. There is a such a thing as Black fatigue. But at the same time, I don't see the reason for all of them to be so disgustingly negative towards Black people. And they really are. They really are. It's nothing that Black Americans are doing that bad for everybody to come up here and just be so negative. It's nothing that Black Americans are doing that bad. But Black Americans are expected to get into the fight. Well, just because it's not you. Well, if it's not you, Black Americans need to sit down, because when it is you, they don't care. They have everything negative to say about you. So that's what I'm saying. It's a divided world. It's a divided society. And with a divided society, if they can't give their energy to help you, then you can't give your energy to help them, because you need all your energy for yourself. Right? But anyway, this is what I want to say though. I'm seeing right now, you have to really learn how to be a master alchemist. I'm really seeing that you have to really learn how to transmute the energy here. Because I don't think I know that things are purposely being done to get people in panic mode. Things are purposely being done to really make people angry. And they are purposely invoking this type of emotion out of people, because their time is coming. This is just me, allegedly. Their time is allegedly coming to an end. And they need to invoke this type of stuff to get your emotions, to get people's emotions, because they are able to create worlds. They're able to create realities. They're able to use that energy, that dense energy, to continue in this type of realm, to keep this type of realm going. REALM, to keep this type of realm going. They have to constantly do something to invoke those type of negative, lower vibrational emotions out of people, so they can continue to keep this realm going. That's what they're doing. So as hard as it is, it's like it's easier said than done. When something bad happens, it's hard not to respond to it in a way that's appropriate. It's hard not to respond to it in a way that's appropriate. But the thing is that I think also it's worth working on getting into a higher mind. Because when you get into a higher mind, maybe everything doesn't have to be responded to in the way that's low vibrational. I think a lot of people, I think all of us really need to learn how to turn a negative into a positive, really master it. Because they are able to keep this stuff going. They're able to keep this little trashy world going by invoking these negative emotions out of people, and they use those dense energies to continue this realm. But anyway, and it's easier for them to clone people like that too. They're able to clone people when they do that, because they lower your consciousness like that, and they're able to easily clone you. People, I mean, we've already been cloned. I know how I have. I mean, I've been shown, my spirit has told me I've been cloned, but that doesn't mean you can't get back to your authentic self. The fact that you have to get back to your authentic self, if anytime you're looking on YouTube and you're doing meditations to get to your authentic self, that means you've been cloned. Because if you've always been your authentic self, then there's no reason to meditate. Why even meditate? If you are your authentic self, why even meditate? That lets you know that we have gone far from our authentic self. The fact that we even need to meditate means that we've gone far from our authentic self. That really means that we're clones. That means we're clones. Everybody's a clone. You know, the ones who are originals, you have some that's probably not a clone because they weren't real to begin with, right? They could have just been programs. But you have others that are clones. And then you have those who've got so far back from what they originally were. Some people originally, they were not humans starting off. They didn't start off as humans. They start off as something else that's more advanced, and they got far away from that. So anyway, I just felt like talking about that really quickly, and I will talk to you later.